This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
It is the After Party live on a Trivia Thursday, and I'm glad that if the chat had to break and have a meltdown yesterday on YouTube, that it happened yesterday and not today, because today it looks like everybody's here and everything is working, and we have Trivia Thursday. So at least we fixed it. Whatever happened was fixed in time for today. It is late, and I am so sorry to keep you waiting. I think the Mark Thompson show went extra late today. And then I was tasked with having Jacob write a Zellman's Minty Mouth jingle. So I was asking him to do that. He's homesick from school today. And and so here we are. It's 1:37 already. I will start trivia very, very quickly. But before I do want to get to the lead story of the day. And that is this. I hope you guys are as amused by this story as I am. Wild. It's called Taser chess. And if you make a wrong move, it'll zap the holy hell out of you. Okay, I don't know if it's the holy hell, but it'll shock you for making a bad move. It's, as I like to say, chess with a side of pain. This guy builds this electrified chessboard. He's a YouTuber. He found a way to make chess even more painful, they say. It's meant to improve your abilities in a very rapid fashion. Because, think about what you're doing before you do it when you know a zap is coming, right? The guy's name is Fletcher Heisler. He's got this YouTube channel called Everything is Hacked. And so he builds this custom chess set, which gives you a taser-like shock whenever the board, detects an error. Apparently, the results of this are difficult to watch. This whole thing was inspired by an electrified keyboard that gives you a zap when you, via these adhesive skin pads and this something called a TENS unit, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation machine. It's intended to change or block pain perception in patients, and it's employed to alleviate conditions associated with osteoarthritis, tendinitis, and fibromyalgia. So he takes that idea and he translates it to the chessboard. They say at most, if you're on the receiving end of a TENS unit, it's somewhat uncomfortable or annoying. But if you up the voltage, it becomes much more memorable, which is what Mr. Heisler did. And so he builds this functional, reliable, less than lethal electrified chessboard. And he said building the chess brain was probably the easiest part because he used this open source chess engine to do that. But it took him months of trial and error to create a functional prototype of this. Each chess square required wiring, and every step needed repeating at least 64 times or 128 times for two-part steps, 256 times for three-part stages. So it took a lot of time to do this. This chessboard has 4 different modes. Illegal mode shocks you if you make a move that violates the game's movement rules. Playing against the onboard engine offers a zap for any move it deems a mistake. Then timed mode sends you a zap if you take too long. Puzzle mode has over 1 million preloaded problems to solve. Failed puzzles, you get a zap. But since it can't move your opponent's pieces or side pieces, users only get a shock if you don't align the moves to match a side display. He says that the hardest injuries to handle were not his fault. While transporting the invention to its public debut at an annual All Things STEM convention, he opened his suitcase to a shattered chessboard 2 times, but he was able to rebuild the machine and show it off. It's called Taser chess. Yeah. He said, I'd already been building it for months. If anything, my chess game was getting worse because I spent all my time messing with wires. He said he lost every game against chess hustlers playing at a park near his house. And he shocked himself so much building the board that he hardly notices the pain anymore. It's a whole new kind of chess, Taser chess. I mean, would you sign up to play it? What do you think? Hard pass, says that's J. Lola. It's Operation with Chess. Hook up a taser. Sounds like something Lex Luthor would come up with. What a sadist. Oh, diabolical. Yeah, I'll pass, says Sandy, on this particular chess game. Yikes. All right, I wanted to do that story, but I know we're getting late, so I'm going to go for trivia. Here it is. It's Trivia Thursday, and the chat works, and all things are looking up and positive here on the After Party Live. And I have a couple of different topics, and the first topic has to do with medicine. The first question is this. You ready in the chat? Hold on, let me make sure I've got my chat up and I can see all the answers pouring in. You get shocked if you miss a trick. That's a great question, Phineas. Really great question. Oh, here comes Jacob.
I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Are you
all right.
live?
Why don't you sing it? Where's the ukulele? Do you have the uke?
You wanted me to do the song?
Well, I'm live on the show right now.
Oh.
You want to wait till later? You want to refine it, maybe?
I already have all the words, but I don't have the music.
Oh, we have to write the music then? Here's the words, huh? Zellman's jingle. We've got some tricks up our sleeve, more than sunflower seeds, because we are sourced globally. Are we? I don't know if it's sourced globally.
I'm gonna go get you.
So if your breath smells like death and you need something fresh, get Zellman's Minty Mouth, the very best. All right, this has promise.
It says right here on the back of the package.
Sourced globally?
Yes.
All right then. Indeed. Okay, I'll go write the music.
Yes, I will refine it. I'm gonna send you a request for Logic Pro so I can make all the stuff.
Okay, have at it. Oh, this is good. We're gonna have a jingle. I like it. No shocking. Okay, sorry for the delay. Sourced locally. I think it's sourced globally, he said. I'll read the back of the package and make sure. Yeah. Okay, here we go. My apologies again for the delay. Which medical term comes from the Greek word without breathing and is included in the name of a condition where a person experiences brief pauses in breathing? Which medical term comes from the Greek word for without breathing? See, I would stop there if I was really trying to make it hard. It's included in the name of a condition where a person experiences brief pauses in breathing. The answer is, as J. Lola has it, apnea. Deidre has apnea. So does Cameo and Sandy and Phineas and Nullifidian. Nice job. Gordon, not asphyxia. I'm not sure what you're trying to write. I'm not sure whether to give it to you on a typo or not. Hence, sleep apnea. That is correct. The next medical question is, René Théophile Hyacinthe Laennec came up with the idea for what medical device because he was uncomfortable putting his head on a lady's chest? René Théophile Hyacinthe Laennec comes up with the idea for what medical device because he's uncomfortable putting his head on a lady's chest? And the answer is stethoscope. And that is correct. He comes up with the stethoscope. Nullifidian, first on my chat to it, followed by Cameo. Agent Kitty Feets. Phineas has it. Uncle Jim is on it. Eileen has it. Tammy has it. Sandy does too. So does Lola, Hilo, Gordon. Excellent. Phineas. Yes. Were you first? I didn't see that you were first, but hey, if you say you were first, then you are. I thought, going back. Oh, did I miss a bunch? I must have missed a bunch. Nola Phineas is first on my screen. Yeah. I have Phineas that says geesh, Yvonne that says huh, and next is Nola Phineas with the answer. So again, sometimes the internet does weird things, and what looks like you're first on your screen, someone else is first on mine, and it's just the way things are served up. So my apologies, but I just have to go with the way it looks. Yeah. Okay. On my end, because that's all I have to go by, right? In the year 2000, year of our Lord, Intuitive Surgical Company launched a robotical surgical system to assist surgeons with everything from prostate removals to heart valve repairs. The system was named after which famous artist? I'm going to give Jacob some more. He has to ask for more time on the internet, and he has this program called Logic Pro that helps him translate music onto a page. So I'm going to approve that. He gets to do that. In 2000, Intuitive Surgical Company launched a robotic surgical system to assist surgeons with everything from prostate removals to heart valve repairs. It was named after which famous artist? Going to the chat, and that would be... Blue Spark says Da Vinci. It was named after Leonardo da Vinci because he had all those anatomical drawings. Yes. Intuitive and Da Vinci, says Agent Kitty Feets. I got Blue Spark first on my screen, followed by Agent Kitty Feets. Eileen comes third. SJ Lola then. I'm going to try to go do it in order. Then Phineas. And Hilo Karen. Good job. And Gordon. And anybody else? I may be meeting Mr. Da Vinci soon. I hope not. In heaven? I'd like to keep you around for a while. Oh. Okay. Next one is this. Somnambulism. Somnambulism. SOMNAM. Somnambulism is the fancy medical word for which disorder where you partake in a specific physical activity while asleep. Somnambulism, a fancy medical word for which disorder where you partake in a specific physical activity while you're asleep. Somnambulism. And the answer is... Heather has it first on my screen. Good job, Heather. Sleepwalking. Yep. Cameo. Sleep. Yep. Uncle Jim sleepwalking. That's right. Eileen has it. Nullifidian. William Martinez. Hello, and he has it. And so does Deidre. Sleepwalking, says Hilo Karen. Aloha. That's correct. Mama has it. Hope you had a good birthday, Mama. And by the way, happy birthday to Cheryl, too. Somnambulism. Sandy says sleepwalking. That is correct. Cameo. SJ Lola. Vanessa. No, not murdering, although that is a specific activity. And then here comes Phineas, sleepwalking. Absolutely. Okay. Next question. You guys are doing really well. Maybe my questions are too easy. I don't know. Which medical term comes from the ancient Greek for deep sleep? Which medical term comes from the ancient Greek for deep sleep? Well, for deep sleep, but not this kind. Which medical term comes from the ancient Greek for deep sleep? And the answer is, you guys are super smart. Cameo says that would be coma. Cameo is correctamundo. Well done. Coma is the answer, and Tammy has it too. So does SJ Lola. Zombie, says Gordon. Almost. Coma, says Vanessa. Yes, coma is right. Nullifidian says coma. Sandy says coma. Coma's a good movie, she said. Deidre, sleepwalking is scary if you don't wake up and find out you did something weird. Yeah, coma walker. And the next question. A coacher, Kocher, a coacher, is what kind of surgical tool that can be used to stop bleeding or hold tissues? A coacher is what kind of surgical tool that can be used to stop bleeding or hold tissues? Kocher, coacher. Not kosher, coacher, Kocher. What kind of medical tool is that? What do we also refer to it as? That would be a Nullifidian, first to the punch, a clamp. And that is correct. What the sizzle says clamp. So does Eileen, SJ Lola. Agent Kitty Feets, yes. Isn't a hemostat kind of a clamp? I'm going to say yes to that. Yeah. It is a clamp, says Phineas. That is right. Vanessa says that's a clamp. Clamp it. What, like Jed? Yes. Jed clamp it. Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one. Next question. A way of targeting cancer cells is isolating what element within them? A way of targeting cancer cells is to isolate what element within them? A way of targeting cancer cells is to isolate what element within them? And the answer is, let's see, I've got an RNA, I've got a hemoglobin, an RNA, and atoms, and nucleus. Nullifidian says iron. Nullifidian is correct. It is isolating the iron within them. Well done, Nullifidian. Nicely done. Iron is correct. That is right. His name lives on in the form of an oath of ethics taken by medical practitioners. What ancient Greek physician is known as the father of medicine? His name lives on in the form of an oath of ethics. What ancient Greek physician is known as the father of medicine? Agent Kitty Feet says that would be Hippocrates. Yes, that is correct. I'll give it to you, Cameo, too. And SJ, Uncle Jim, yes. Sandy, yes. Mobius, yes. Hilo Karen is on it. Aloha and mahalo for the answer. Tammy Stansel, Hippocrates, yes. William, hypocrite, kind of, but yes. Eileen, yes. Hippocratic oath, that's the oath. Deidre says that. Vanessa, Deidre, yes. Vanessa, yes. Phineas, yes. Well done. Nullifidian has it. Luis has it. Hello, Luis. Welcome to the party. Hungry, hungry hippo. That's right. Okay, next question. You guys are doing really good on medicine. I think I'm surrounded by doctors. Announced in 2020, the program AlphaFold 2 became record-settingly good at using AI algorithms to accurately predict the structure of what biomolecules. Were you paying attention to this story? I don't know. Announced in 2020, the program AlphaFold 2 became record-settingly good at using AI algorithms to accurately predict the structure of what biomolecules. You guys were paying attention. Mm-hmm. Uncle Jim says proteins. Uncle Jim is right. Nullifidian has it. And proteins, Agent Kitty Feets. Yes, you are right. Mobius has it as well. Well done. That was a more complicated one. Biofarming. Biofarming with a PH. PH farming. Biofarming. It's the process of producing edible pharmaceuticals in plants and domestic animals, such as what the medical method of causing a person to develop antibodies against a disease without direct exposure to that illness. So, biofarming is the process of producing edible pharmaceuticals in plants and domestic animals, like similar to a method of causing a person to develop antibodies against a disease without direct exposure to that illness would be. What method is that? The second one. The question is confusing, I think. Nullifidian says vaccine. I'm going to say that early. You are correct, because that is the answer they're looking for. Nullifidian has it. So does Vanessa have it. So does Phineas and Agent Kitty Feets and Eileen. Okay, we'll move on to the next one, because that was a weird question. My apologies. Which medical term from the Latin terms for blood and break forth refers to a lot of bleeding? What medical term for the Latin terms for blood and break forth refers to a lot of bleeding? Latin for blood and break forth. I got Cameo first to the punch with hemorrhage. That is correct. Blue Spark has it. Eileen has it. Sandy has it. Where's Sandy? Sandy has it. Hemorrhage is the answer. Vanessa has it. SJ Lola has it. So does Mobius and Agent Kitty Feets. And Luis. And Tammy. Yvonne has blood on the brain today. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not literally, but you know. In medical terminology, the prefix supra, as in Toyota Supra, means to be in what position related to an organ? For example, if you said something was suprarenal, it would be where in reference to your kidney. In medical terminology, the prefix supra means to be in what position related to an organ? Let's see. Uncle Jim says that would be above. Yes, suprarenal would be above the kidney, right? I'll also accept over, above, or over. What the sizzle says above, that's correct. SJ Lola says over, sure. Nullifidian has it. Agent Kitty Feets has it. So does Cameo. On the top, Mobius, I'll give it to you. Vanessa has it. Phineas has it. Blue Spark has it. Sandy has it. Well done. I like that question. That was a good one. Okay, the next one. Visalgia. Veisalgia. Visalgia is the medical term for which condition? Visalgia is the medical term for which condition? Completely self-induced, by the way. Visalgia is the medical term for which condition? Yes, thank you for the help in the spelling of it. Visalgia. Self-induced. Visalgia. Agent Kitty Feets. Yes, it is a hangover. Visalgia is a hangover. That is correct. Blue Spark says slobbering drunk. Well, it's after that. It's the hangover. Visalgia is the condition of having a hangover. Yeah. All right. What medical device includes the Latin word for cloud? It has the ability to evaporate liquid medication into mist. What medical device includes the Latin word for cloud and has the ability to evaporate liquid medication into mist? And the answer is turns liquid medicine into mist. I've got a vaporizer, accumulator. I like because you're going cumulus, right? I see what you're talking about with clouds. Eileen says nebulizer, and Eileen is correct, which is also a form of an inhaler, but I was looking for the word nebulizer, but inhaler is not wrong. I'm giving it to Eileen this time around. Atomizer, that was a good answer too. Mister, yeah. Ooh, Vanessa has nebulizer, yeah. Mama says nebulizer, that's correct. Sandy has nebulizer, yes. That is a nebulizer. Here we go. Dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, also known as a DEXA scan. Dual energy X-ray absorptiometry is frequently used to measure the density of what material in the body? A DEXA scan. Dual energy X-ray absorptiometry measures the density of what material in the body? What are we looking for? Eileen says bones. You're looking for bones. Eileen is right. Agent Kitty Feets, bone density, yes. SJ Lola, yes. Cameo, Uncle Jim, Blue Spark, Vanessa, Sandy, Nullifidian, William, well, Phineas, good morning to you. Mobius, yes. I've done DEXA on mice. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow. Next one. Developed at MIT and Boston Dynamics, Spot is a contact-free robot who helps with basic patient care mounted on a body with what number of legs? Have you seen Spot? The robot developed at MIT and Boston Dynamics, a contact-free robot who helps with basic patient care mounted on a body with what number of legs? Mm-hmm. You guys are impressive, I have to tell you. Hilo Karen says 4. Correct. No, Ophidian 4. I think the name Spot gave it away. Uncle Jim says 4. Yeah, it's a dog. Yeah, Maud. Hi, Maud. Mobius has 4 too. So does Sandy, Vanessa. Blue Spark has 4. Yeah. Okay, next one. How about this one? I know someone that has this as a last name. Which medical term describes a general feeling of being unwell or vague discomfort that sometimes can be the first inkling that you have an illness? Which medical term describes a general feeling of being unwell, maybe vague discomfort, sometimes the first inkling of an illness? I always thought this was the most unfortunate last name. The person is really, really nice. Eileen says malaise. A feeling of malaise is correct. Eileen, you are first to the punch with this one. Eileen, followed by He Love Karen and Cameo and Phineas. Oh, Milady, he says. SJ Lola with malaise. Agent Kitty Feets has it. So does Uncle Jim and Vanessa. Maud has malaise. So does William M. Mama has it. So does Luis and Sandy. Oh, under the weather. Yeah, general malaise. Hi, mayonnaise. Yeah. Well done. Okay. The next question. First performed by physician Raymond Damadian in 1977 MRI is short for what radiology technique that uses scanners with strong magnetic fields to create anatomical images of the physiological processes of the body? First performed in 1977, MRI is short for what? MRI is what? SJ Lola says that would be magnetic resonance imaging, and SJ Lola is right. And so is Agent Kitty Feet. And so is Phineas. Magnet. It's magnetic, but I'll give it to you. You got it. You're good. Mobius is right. So is Uncle Jim and Blue Spark. Sorry, not on my screen, dude. Yeah. On my screen, it was. Here's, I mean, not to, beat it, but you said Maladay is an 1800s term. Mom would say P-kid. Sandy, I think malaise means boredom in French. I have a text from Mama. And then SJ Lola is first on my screen, followed by Heather. And you're number 3. So sorry, that's the way it looks on my screen. I know you think you're number 1, but that's not how it looks here. And again, you might have been, and it's just the way the internet serves it up. Mobius has it. Uncle Jim has it. Blue Spark has it. William has it. Vanessa has it. Sandy has it. Louise has it. Nullifidian has it. Well done. And the next one is keyhole. Keyhole. Keyhole is another name for minimally invasive surgery known by what word that means roughly seeing a flank? Keyhole surgery is another name for a minimally invasive surgery known by what word that roughly means seeing a flank? SJ Lola says laparoscopic. That is correct. And Uncle Jim has it. Laparoscopic is what I'm looking for. Nullifidian has it as well. So does Mobius and Vanessa. Yes. And Sandy has it. Yeah. Laparoscopic, Vanessa. Well done. Keyhole surgery is laparoscopy. That's correct. In ophthalmology, DME. DME is a common abbreviation for macular edema or fluid accumulation in the eye, and that is usually caused by what underlying medical condition? In ophthalmology, DME is a common abbreviation for macular edema, fluid accumulation in the eye. It's caused by what underlying medical condition? DME. It is not caused by glaucoma or cataracts, although the answers are excellent. Too much pot. It is, as Tammy says, caused by diabetes. DME, the underlying cause is diabetes. That is correct. Well done, Tammy. Excellent. I'm so proud. What does the C in little c, capital DNA stand for? What does the C in cDNA stand for? cDNA. Blue Spark says, I should know. Yeah, Phineas writing it out for me. Thank you. cDNA. Agent Kitty Feets asks, carrier? Cellular? Carbon? I don't either, Sandy. We don't know what cDNA even is. Cellular? Cat DNA, says Vanessa. That's a good one. You win the answers, I think. Coding? The answer is complementary. Complementary DNA. Uh-huh. Who knew? Which medical term means using x-rays to get real-time images of the body during surgery? They can see what's happening right now. If they put a catheter in, they can see it as they snake it through the artery in real time. Which medical term means using x-rays to get real-time images of the body during surgery? And the answer is fluoroscopy. And Heather has it. I think Heather's first to it. Well done, Heather. And then Phineas. And then Uncle Jim. And then Scoppy. You got the Scoppy. I'll give you the fluoro. Fluoroscopy. That is correct. Well done. Okay. Which is the medical term for a condition in which a person's eyelashes are growing in the wrong direction, in rather than out, often causing discomfort and even damage to the eye? This is a medical term for a condition in which a person's eyelashes are growing in the wrong direction. No, in rather than out, often causing discomfort, even damage to the eye. Yikes. I don't want that. Yikes is right. It's an innie. Yeesh. Talk about a bad hair day. What the hell, says Blue Spark? All my life, I never heard of such a thing. Ingrown hair, says Nullifidian. PT something, says Cameo. Lash backwards is what we call that. Ooh, dogs get it. Certain breeds, says Mobius. Pokey ouchieitis, says Agent Kitty Feets. Pterigem. The answer to this question is called trichiasis. Trichiasis. I'll put it in the chat. It is called this. See what we learned together today? Trichiasis. That's how I would pronounce that. Trichiasis. Although it could be trichiasis, but I think it's trichiasis. Yeah. That means your eyelashes are growing in and not out. And who knew that was even a thing, right? Barf. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Next question. Blood forming stem cells are important in cancer treatments because they form red blood cells, white blood cells, and what clotty things? Blood forming stem cells are important in cancer treatments because they form red blood cells, white blood cells, and what clotty things? What clotty things in the blood? In the blood. I see some of the answers popping through. The answer is platelets. Agent Kitty Feets has it. Yes, platelets. Uncle Jim has platelets as well. SJ Lola has platelets. So does Uncle Jim. Already had it. Who was the first on this one? That would be Agent Kitty Feets, followed by Uncle Jim. Yeah. Then SJ. Uncle Jim, you have it twice. You're a double two-time winner. Very well done. Sandy has it. Vanessa has platelets. So does Luis. And so does William. Oh, plaques. I think you meant to say platelets. Haha, I'm giving it to you. My husband just donated platelets this morning. Please thank him for us. Really nice. Okay, the next question is about animals. I'll switch away from medicine now. What is the name of the world's most trafficked mammal known for its scales? What is the name of the world's most trafficked mammal known for its scales? Mhm. And the answer is William Martinez. First on this one with a pangolin. That is the world's sadly most trafficked mammal. Blue Spark has it as well. So does Agent Kitty Feets and SJ Lola. And yeah, Cameo, pangolin. It is a pangolin. And the next question. What species of rhino declared extinct in the wild in 2021 can now only be found in captivity? This is a species of rhino declared extinct in the wild in 2021, now can only be found in captivity. And the answer is the northern white rhinoceros. If you just wrote white, I'll take it. SJ Lola says white. Yeah, Tammy says white. White rhino says Hilo Karen. Sandy's got white. So does William. Nullifidian. Luis says white rhino. So does Phineas. Yeah, so sad. Okay. Next question. Again, we've moved on to animals now. Question is this. Name the only natural habitat of the endangered Komodo dragon. The only natural habitat of the endangered Komodo dragon. SJ Lola says that would be Indonesia. Yeah, it's correct. I'll take Indonesia. William Martinez, Indonesia. Yes. SJ Lola has it. Sandy has it. Yvonne has it. Well done, Yvonne. I know you got a lot on your plate. I appreciate the answer and you trying to play. That's really nice. Who else? It's an island. Yep. I'll take Indonesia. The answer is the Indonesian islands of Komodo. There's a Komodo island, of course, where you would find the Komodo dragon. Also, the islands of Rinca, Flores, and Gili Motang. Those are all Indonesian islands. Here's a question for you. Which animal, known for its distinctive horn, is critically endangered primarily due to demand for traditional medicine in Asia? Different kind of rhino, not the white. Which animal known for its distinctive horn is critically endangered primarily due to demand for traditional medicine in Asia? This is the yeah, if you said I'll take rhino. It's the Javan rhino, Javan from Java, Javan rhino. Well done. Yeah, it's the Javan rhino that is critically endangered. Which large cat species is known for its beautiful white coat in the winter and is critically endangered? This is a large cat species known for its beautiful white coat in the winter, and it is critically endangered. And the answer is SJ Lola has it. That's a snow leopard. Agent Kitty Feet, snow leopard. Hilo Karen has it. So does Uncle Jim and Cameo and Tammy. Yeah. And I think you guys all got that one. Well done. Yeah, it's the snow leopard. Next question. How about this one? Which large primate is critically endangered and shares about 98% of its DNA with humans? This is a large primate that is critically endangered and shares about 98% of its DNA with humans. Large primate, critically endangered, shares about 98% of its DNA with humans, and the answer is the mountain gorilla is the answer. Yvonne says gorilla. Hey, I'll take gorilla. The answer is mountain gorilla. I'll take Kilo Karen. Wrong kind of gorilla, but I'm taking it anyway. Cameo says gorilla. SJ Lola says gorilla. Tammy says gorilla. So does Blue Spark. Girl, yeah, thank you for the correction. I took it anyway. It's okay. Eileen says gorilla. And so does Vanessa. And Mountain Dew gorilla, says Phineas. Yeah. Magic gorilla. Magilla gorilla. Yeah. All right. How about we do one more? Which marine turtle species is known for its critically endangered status due to poaching and habitat loss? This is a marine turtle species known for its critically endangered status due to poaching and habitat loss. This type of turtle. Critically endangered. It is the... I got a leather, I got a sea, I got a green sea, I got a loggerhead, I got a leatherback, a green sea, Galapagos, a ninja. Yeah, the turtle. Yertle the turtle. The answer to this one is the hawksbill turtle. It is the hawksbill turtle. Yeah. Okay, we'll do this one. I don't think you'll get it. You might, because you guys are amazing. I wouldn't. Let me just put it this way. I wouldn't have gotten this one. This will be our last endangered animal question. Which small primate native to Madagascar is noted for its long middle finger and its endangered status? This is a small primate native to Madagascar, noted for its long middle finger and its endangered status. It's a small primate. Got a long middle finger. You know how it is. Try to find a picture of his finger. Long middle finger. I think I might have a picture of him. It's pretty funny. Here it is. I have to take the Trivia Thursday thing down. There he is. His long middle finger. It is pretty long. I'll give him that. Known for his long middle finger and his endangered status. His name is what? Go into the chat. Let's see. Is he zero sum? No, it's not zero sum. Not the middle finger from zero sum. No, no, no. I don't think anyone's offended, by the way, zero sum. You're all good. You're all good with us, my friend. Let's see. Lemur, ring-tailed lemur. I got a peeper eyes. I got a lemur. Middle fingers again? Yeah. The answer is, does anybody get it? I'm scrolling down. Nobody got it. I wouldn't have either. The answer is an ii, AYE-AYE, an ii. This is an ii. Yeah, known for his long middle finger. You can see it right there. And his endangered status. It is native to Madagascar. This animal is called an ii, AYE-AYE. And there it is. Okay. All right, let's end with one that I think would be a little more easy for people to get, because we want to end on a positive note, right? We'll do that. Here's the question. Last question of the day. What is the name of the critically endangered parrot that inspired the movie Rio? What is the name of the critically endangered parrot that inspired the movie Rio? I have a picture of him too. They're such pretty birds, you guys. Wow. The name of that bird. Okay, going to the chat. It is a kind of one. Macaw. I'm getting macaw, blue macaw. The answer is, Agent Kitty Feet says, Birdie McBirdface. The answer is a Spix's macaw. Spix''S. Spix's macaw is the name of this animal that inspired the movie Rio. Spix's macaw. Yeah. And thus ends the fun we've had on Trivia Thursday. Yay! And thank you for playing along. You guys are awesome. Hey, there's a couple stories that I wanted to show you before we end. There's some kind of dramatic things happening on the roadways right now. The first, I don't know if you saw this rolling around on the internet, but this happened in, I believe, Nebraska. And yeah, this sinkhole happens right underneath multiple cars. This video capturing the moment that these two vehicles were trapped in a sinkhole in Nebraska yesterday afternoon. This video comes from the public safety department. Can you even imagine? You're rolling up to a traffic light. Both ears and blammo. And look how lucky the guy right behind the red car gets. Whoa. Yow. Immediately, the guy in the truck gets out, or the person in the truck gets out. Yeah, the black truck backing up. We're going to back way up. Because you don't know if the rest of the road is stable, right? What could happen next? You also don't know how far that sinkhole goes. All of a sudden, does it crash even further and down, down, down you go? So they work really hard to quickly get everybody out. People are trying to climb out from underneath the roadway. Passers-by helping to pull people out of this sinkhole. Look at this guy on the top of his truck trying to climb out, get off of that thing. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Just happened to be a perfect position of this camera. Look at all the wonderful people in Nebraska that come help everybody before the police even get there. So nice. That's what I like to see. We'll go back. Here it is. And here it is. 3, 2, 1, boom. Yow. Yeah. That's some pretty scary stuff right there. So this happens in Nebraska, where these two vehicles just happen to be sitting right there at the wrong time. Yow. And then something happened in California in Mendocino County. Big landslide comes in, covering Highway 1 toward Elk, the town of Elk in Mendocino County. Just completely covering Highway 1. I don't think anybody's under there. It doesn't look like anyone was hurt. But yeah. That's what it looks like on Highway 1. They have shoveled out part of the road. It was shut down completely, as you can see. And now they have at least one lane uncovered, and the traffic is going in one lane only. Single traffic, single file. So you've got to wait on the other side with flaggers, and then they let you go back. But if you were traveling on Highway 1 toward Mendocino County, you're going to have a delay there today. Dramatic. Yikes. Mm. Speaking of roadway issues, though, I did find this story. There is a new development for the reparation of potholes. This is a pothole truck. And you can see here, as you can see by the fine mist being sprayed out of the front of this truck, this is an asphalt spraying truck that can fix potholes in minutes. I mean, it's fast. It can fill 146 potholes a day. The normal average for a pothole truck and crew, 20 a day. But this truck, because of the way it just sprays the pothole, can fill 146 potholes a day. We need that thing in Petaluma. Yes. Several cities across the country are now using this new one-person pothole filling truck. It's called the Simline P5, and it uses something called a Durapatcher technology to fill holes in a matter of minutes. So as you can see coming off the front end of this truck by the picture, it's got a large nozzle connected to this truck filled with a tar-like asphalt emulsion. And when it's heated, this emulsion can be sprayed into a pothole to seal it. And once it's filled, the road can reportedly reopen to traffic within 2 minutes. That's some good pothole fixing. They need that on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. They're using it in Amarillo, Texas. The Durapatcher is already operating there. It can, again, patch up to 146 potholes a day, up from 20 without the machine. With only one person needed to operate it, there's less need to close large sections of streets or divert traffic. It works in 3 steps. It cleans, tacking, and filling. Cleaning, tacking, filling. You got this large boom arm that folds up, sits flush against the truck until it's ready to get to work. Then it extends out until the nozzle is placed about 9 to 12 inches from the pothole. It's got a built-in compressor that blows away debris or water that might obstruct the repair. And then it heats the emulsion stored in a 300-gallon tank, sprays it directly onto the target. At maximum capacity, Simline says the vehicle can hold about 10 tons of patching material, which is more than enough to handle multiple jobs. And the drivers operate the machines through an interface similar to a video game inside. The truck's interior cabin has a large joystick with 4 colorful buttons that resemble sweet tarts. Nearby, a pair of digital displays track the job data, incurring current measurement levels, the total number of patches completed, total hours of operation, and again, the entire thing done by one person. Cuts down on costs for local public governments, safer approach, less need for workers on the roadway in the path of heavy machinery. And they say just because it's fast doesn't mean it's just a bandage. They're considering the Durapatcher a permanent fix for pothole problems. Durable, lasts longer, and again, it's already out on the roadway. They've got it in cities in Texas, in Ohio, Cleveland using it. $300,000 each for these trucks. So they're not cheap, but they might be a lot cheaper than a whole, patch crew. I don't know. Yeah. So that's what you got. Pretty good. Mark Thompson is calling. I don't know what he wants, but I do know that it's time to end the after party live. And I would like to thank everyone who's contributing to this show. You are so appreciated. Thank you so much for playing trivia with me today and for making this hour so enjoyable. It is time for you to get up and move for 5 minutes to prolong your life, because I want that for all of us. But thank you so much to everyone who contributes to this show. I hope it has been fun for you, and I hope it's a place to come where you can just take a moment and not think about the heavy stuff. James S., thank you for your recurring PayPal payment. Sue-Ann S., Nancy V., Karen Cooper Jewelry, thank you. Wes, thank you. You guys are so awesome. I so appreciate you contributing to this show. in that way. For the folks that send ideas and stories and lovely emails, thank you for doing that as well. You guys are awesome. Please meet me right back here on YouTube, because at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'll put the little banner up. There it is. At 5 p.m. Pacific today, the Nikki Maduro Show is on, and there's a lot to talk about. So please set an alarm on your phone. Please join us. Also, before we check out, please click the like and subscribe if you haven't already. You want to make sure it's highlighted, not unhighlighted. So thank you for doing that. Click like and subscribe, and I'll meet you back here on YouTube at 5 p.m. Pacific for the Nikki Maduro Show. But until we meet again, have a really great day. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Nah, that's not a bad idea. If any congratulations are in order, Tammy. Woohoo!